the idea is we actually probably should have stowed away, or there's absolutely no way we could have actually gone on this ship.
Oh no, you can
Well,
totally
there's
go on the
another way.
ship.
There is another way. We still know which ship it is we're looking for. We simply take off and follow it in the lander.
Because that'll end well. Us and a lambda versus it.
Well,
See, that's assuming they catch on that we're following them.
And they just wanted
I'm going to a secret location and there's this little ship following me.
I should let you know that Hilo is very good at flying casual.
and no signs of disturbance beyond the one disappeared guard, which they now know because someone put a tracking device on.
well, yeah.
You're annoyed as fuck.
Should have stolen the ship.
Well,
You realise that would have
honestly,
made things harder.
honestly, I should have gone with you and tried to take the coordinates off of the ship just in case they discovered it.
Actually,
Okay.
this is not to sort of. I'm not meaning to keep on going on about the stealing a ship thing, but if we had, we could have found out where it went actually, because we would have had access to its flight computer.
Yeah.
You are beginning to rub it in slightly.
Like, for once we wanted to do a low-key infiltration.
Also, assuming they wouldn't log an heavy computer.
Yeah, either way, we messed up. So what do we do next?
Well, we got its transponder code, right?
Yep, we did get that from the office.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
do
Haven't
we know
changed.
that might be able to track a transponder code across the galaxy?
Mm,
Both in intelligence. The both we work for, whose name's just escaped me again.
Grog.
He had a fun.
That's the
Yeah, he had a funny name of some sort.
It's
Yeah,
Star Wars. When did they have a normal name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
but-
the humans
but-
have funny names.
But Grog's a little.
His mother was a pirate, okay?
Well, do we know that he can track a transponder code? Like, we know the code of the ship, we know which ship is going, we know changing transponder codes is really hard, and also very illegal to do, but really hard to do.
Yeah, the illegal part I don't think the Hutts care about.
Yeah, but it's... But
the
in
ship-
general, it's exceedingly hard to change the transponder of a ship. Hell, our ship technically doesn't have a transponder changer, it just has, like, it swaps between 2 or 3.
I think
But
we
it's-
had sort of 5 by the end of it, but yeah.
I mean, the only reason why I brought Grog up is because, well, he's, hyper secret Republic intelligence. If anybody would be able to track a transponder code, I sort of assumed it would be someone like him.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
I
my
think
thinking too.
we've lost all our leads, and this has officially gone above our pay grade. Not that we're getting paid much, anyways.
We've run out of options and we're twiddling our thumbs.
Well, we're not completely drilling our thumbs. As I said, we can either just kick the transponder code over to Grog and let him track it remotely, or we do the stupid thing with the lander. I'm inclined to just kick over the transponder codes, to be honest, because the chances of them catching us are quite
We
high.
might as well try both, but we should definitely give them the transponder first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, okay,
Yeah, that's a...
we could try doing stealth in space with the lambda, but I have a feeling we'll be watching for it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we do have one small advantage. The lander is quite small as ships go.
That's a very small advantage.
Yeah, well, the advantage is that sensor-wise, like, we know what we're following, and if we follow them from enough of a distance, so that could mean that we could easily lose them at a distance, we can follow them out. It's just more a matter of can we... Gray, do
Or
you know
a
if we
matter
can
of tracking
track...
them through hyperspace? We can
Yeah,
go
can we
both
track
ways,
somebody's direction? Like, if they jump out, can we follow their trail? If we're relatively close on it?
But you wouldn't have an idea how far they're travelling along that line.
Yeah. If they're smart, they'll sort of like dogleg or something to their
Yeah,
destination.
and also the idea of tracking a transponder won't work because you can only track it if it turns up in a port that you know about.
Or they turn it on. Like, they could just keep it off.
Well, if they're going through systems with hyperspace relays, then we'll be able to find them.
Yeah, that's if they go through systems with hyperspace relays.
Yeah. So, I'm just trying to, like, let's not assume that let's not make too many assumptions without first asking. So, okay.
So, there are other ships going to this place. We could try to sneak back in and sort of sneak aboard another one.
After they've seen it happen once, and they're probably going to raise security.
Well, I mean, we just had reasons why our other plans aren't going to work.
It's a fair point. All these plans are bad. This is the problem with competent opposition.
Yeah, these guys are designed to be hyper competent. You haven't even got to the worst parts of their security yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, if this is how bad security is, anyways, how good is the security on the ships?
Yeah.
Very. Well, yes and no.
Well, the other issue is that I think Gray was planning on us doing this earlier, so.
Well, no, it's it's not nothing to do with that. It's just you've kind of gone for ideas that are easily defeated by security measures.
Yeah.
Gray.
Yeah.
When we were in the shipyard last night, did we ever get the chance to see how, say, well armed and these other ships were?
They all have standard armament.
I mean, but yes, so standard armament for what? Are we talking just the average freighter here trying to blend in, or have they done a proper Q-ship routine and gunned them up?
No, they
wouldn't know if they'd done a Q-ship routine.
I actually have. So, what are they loading the ships with?
Cargo crates. You didn't actually look.
Cargo crates.
Yeah.
I mean, that again, that implies that would imply that they're really bad with security. But like, do we know what their process for loading it in is? Like, if the cargo crate's in this facility, will they just load it on like it's already been scanned?
Considering they scan the ships for homing devices in the morning, pretty much randomly, I'm going to say they scan all the cargo as well, as an assumption of their competence.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, hey, how the hell can we get on board the ship? Because I think we have to get on board the ship. Following them from a distance is going to be really, really just not a great idea.
I did think of an alternative option, which is why I was asking about the armament. We wait until another one takes off.
You want to pirate it?
Yes.
In the Lambda.
Well, yeah, I was going to suggest if we were going to do it with anything, we should wait for that top right freighter to do it, because the Corellian corvettes are very well armed to take down little shuttle like ours, so that's a bad idea. But something like the Republic transport on the bottom, or whatever that top right thing is, I don't remember those being terribly well armed against snub fighters.
The Action 4, or whatever
Action
it was?
4, thank you. So, as an absolute backstop, what we can try and do is we give the transponder codes for the Corellian corvette to Grog, just as a matter of good course and principle. We wait off Maldark. We know which two ships we're looking for now from the current dock set. So we go back on the Lambda, we get off Maldark, we tail one of the other two when it takes off, wait for it to jump to another system, a less busier system, and then we try and board it. Because they can't lock down their nav computers in space.
The default ones are unarmed, actually, but...
Yeah. The
do they have escorts, or are they going under the shield of secrecy? Like, we can see when the Corellian corvette goes. Does anything go and escort with it, or is it going on its own, disappearing off to parts unknown?
Great.
Hmm?
He was asking if the Corellian corvette was being escorted as it left Maldark and just went off on its own.
You weren't watching, were you? Or do you want a light side to say you were watching?
I'll say the light side.
Alright, fine. Light side. Boom.
No, it seems to be just taking off on its own.
In that
draw
case, we
attention to
could
it.
just tail the Action 4 or the whatever the bomb thing is. Wait for it to jump to another system, and then try and board it. Because I don't think you can wipe nav computers in space unless you pretty much want to condemn yourself to floating through space for eternity.
Honestly,
How do you plan on getting aboard this thing from our ship?
we have
Okay.
equipment,
What equipment? Sorry?
spacesuits, breaching charges, the like.
Do we have breaching charges?
I don't think we have breaching charges.
I mean, I was actually not aware we had breaching charges. I was simply going to say that if we know...
I'm just saying we can buy the equipment on Maldark.
I mean, I suppose Maldark would be the place where we could get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was planning, to be honest, to do a landing with the shuttle rather than trying to do it on foot, as it were.
But here's the thing, as soon as they're attacked, why won't they flush the nav computer?
Because as far as I'm aware, admittedly I might be wrong about this, if you flush your nav computer, you're pretty much condemning yourself to floating through space for all eternity because you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, but they just send out a distress code and say, "Hey, help." If we succeed, they will flush the nav. We'll be screwed because of the flush nav computer. If we fail and they repel us, they'll just send a distress beacon and say, "Hey, somebody tried to pirate us. Send help, please." Also, they disabled our nav computer while they were attacking us somehow.
Then, they could do that, but on the other hand, we will have at that point the crew.
Ray, can I make a computers test just to kind of hey, what can and can't be done?
And so we do have the crew of those ships.
Average?
Yeah, average.
Let's see what we can work out from his computer check first, then we'll
Not a hell of a lot. He plays solitaire for half an hour.
But you play it well. The advantage means you do win.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Ray, can I get a couple of boost dice on this check because I work with nav computers a lot?
Yeah, okay.
2, 1.
2.
See, that is efficient use of your time.
Yeah.
It's not Zach's fault. He found a new version of Minesweeper. It's a 3-dimensional Minesweeper.
So what can and can't be done with an Avid computer?
Well, they could blow it up, but it would be quite a large job. You can't just wipe it; you'd have to physically blow it.
Right. So if we did hit the ship hard and fast enough where they couldn't actually physically destroy the nav computer, then we could get what we need.
Also, we still have access to people on the ship. Interrogation.
This too as well.
Better question: how many people? What's the crew complement? Assuming that the crew isn't made up of slaves.
Let's have a look.
Because keep in mind, there probably is a security there might be a security detail on board because they do have slaves.
Crew of 8. Crew of 8.
8 people.
Which we can take, assuming
We can
no.
happily take 8 people.
Look, as a note, this thing is sometimes refitted as a. It can be refitted with weapons.
So sometimes it's refitted as a Q ship, essentially.
Well, not just a Q ship, but it's apparently pretty easy to just strap weapons onto if you want.
But yeah, that's why I was asking earlier if we had a chance. Great, if we had a chance to see if they'd slapped guns on the action for the other one.
Well, not that you could see.
Okay.
So they could
Nice phrasing.
Yes.
Well, that's actually good to know because if they're hidden, they can't be turreted, so they'd be very limited.
Yeah.
I ask because, as daft as it sounds, my character will be saying this. We pretty much have got either the smash and grab job on the nav computer, or we are basically writing off this entire operation.
Yeah.
Security's going to be up to the point where boarding the ship and taking it from the inside probably isn't going to be a safe play. We've seen they do run places at the dockyard quite tightly. And now that we know that the Corellian corvette took off unescorted, it's reasonable to assume we can jump in one of the other two and have a fair chance of getting to it in time, getting on board, killing the crew, interrogating who's left, wait, what? And getting that. And hey, freeing some slaves if there are any, which I have to admit is a moral victory if ever there was one.
Yes.
Yeah, we do get to see cargo is.
Yeah, actually, also, getting a look at what the hell they're actually shipping here would be great too.
There is...
Sorry, go on.
There is something... we can't get it for our ship just yet. There is something that, if we want to make a habit out of boarding ships, we can get. And there's something called an assault boarding tube. And it literally is you dock with the ship and it cuts a hole through the ship.
That's the main point. We're going to need to board this ship and we need to get the equipment we need to be able to do that.
Not necessarily if we hack the airlock and simply board that way.
Here's a problem. How do we jam its inevitable distress signal?
I don't think we can. I think we can be fast enough that we get what we need before the ship.
We have to pick our entry point really well, but it should be doable.
Yeah.
cockpit
Well,
window.
also, again, that would probably be hacking to disrupt their comms.
So, the point is, have enough guns that we can slow. We should outspeed the ship anyways. It's a freighter. It's slow.
Or just shoot out its engines.
So yeah.
Sorry, go on.
So we can maneuver at will, get close to it, maybe shoot out its engines, board it, and then get what we need before the inevitable distress call while trying to jam the distress call.
Yeah, I mean, just because we're trying to board it doesn't mean we can't shoot it up. I mean, if you guys are good enough with the guns and can try to target things, make called shots or something like that, you can take out its comms array or something like that.
I think we have the nuclear sort of plan here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
sure,
a bit
why
more.
not?
It's a bit more direct, but you know what? Screw it. It happens.
I mean, we did just try subtle and it didn't work, so I'm really alright with doing it.
Yeah.
I'm so with Joe at this point, because I gave you the option to take a Corvette.
I know, it's like, it was right there.
Great, this is partially your fault. You keep on telling us to do the good guy good things and do things properly and subtly. That's what we did.
But this was the good guy good thing.
No, the problem is we're trying too much to be Mirror Shades in Shadowrun. We need to be Pink Mohawk, damn it.
I have literally no idea what that means, but I'm going to assume you did.
I know.
Essentially, it's essentially we're trying to be too cool for school.
Okay, right.
We're trying to be
Mohawk
secret
is
agents.
blowing shit up.
It was going so well, I thought we should try and actually, be subtle and stealthy.
Yeah, this is just Gray. You've taught us well. Now we're going to be the Pavlov dogs. We're going to drool when there's a chance for chaos.
Less Rogue One, more Episode 4.
There's a lot of shooting in Rogue One, to be fair.
I was going to say,
Less Rogue One, more Dark Forces.
I liked Rogue One.
Yeah, but
I mean, so did I. But I just,
that reasoning failed us.
Anyways,
Well, okay, yeah.
So we need to get some cutting gear if we're just in case we can't hack their computers to let them open.
And I know where we can get it. There must be breakers yards here on Maldar to get rid of old crap ships. They have plenty of welders.
Yeah.
And all the kind of gear you need to bust through Starship hulls.
As in, more specifically, plenty of welders that can work on ship-grade hull.
Yeah, well, that's what breakers yards are for. They literally chop up old ships.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
just
it's an industrial world. You definitely have something.
Yeah, no, I'm just more saying that it's. I'm agreeing with you. Let's go.
Oh, right.
Just make sure to get space vac sealed armor, because if we breach the hull, we're going to be vac sealed the entire time.
Yes.
My
Now,
landed
that's a
armor
very good
actually has that.
That is a good question. We will probably need to buy some vacuum sealed armor.
I don't have any. That's why I'm noticed.
well, Hilo's good on that front.
Hilo is
I'm-
good. I am not. Unless
I'm-
Laminate doesn't do it.
You
Laminate
can
is
buy it pretty cheaply as an addition.
Yeah, laminate
Good,
is not
okay.
base that, but you can add it to laminate. I think you have to have a full body suit though. I forget what it's under.
Oh, right, as in a bodysuit inside of the laminate.
Yeah,
It has to be full form.
yeah, it can't. You can't just get heavy clothing and then add vacuum to it. You have to have laminate
right.
or something else like that.
As long
I
as
see.
it has boots, gloves, and a helmet, you could hypothetically seal it.
Yeah, as vacuum sealed, this only applies to laminate and battle armor, is what it says. Although it probably could apply to others, depending on what the GM says.
Looking at the character creator, the cheapest sealed armor or sealable armor is the Enviro suit at 750 credits.
How much? Oops, sorry.
Two soak suffer a setback on any agility or perception check because it's big, bulky armor. But it's vacuum sealed.
And that was what, 750?
Yep.
How much is just vac sealing? I mean, I'm just thinking there are people. I know Hilo's all right already, but there are some of us who have laminate
I
or equivalent.
don't think there's an attachment for it.
There is.
There is.
Oh.
That is-
For
yeah,
some
there is.
armors.
But it's 1,000 credits
Oh,
a pop.
Jesus.
And again,
It's
it only applies to laminate and battle armor.
I mean, it's expensive, but at the same time,
It's also
This
only
is your
one hard
armor.
point.
yeah,
I
this
do
is the
have
armor
armor.
you're always going to use.
True. Yeah, alright, fine. Okay, hang on, let's rub a tie sheet. We need to get vac seals for people who need vac seals then. So anybody with laminate or equivalent. People who don't have laminate or equivalent will need to get enviro suits, and I'm afraid you may just have to work with the fact that you're going to be suffering agility penalty here.
I would guess the enviro suits probably aren't that difficult to find here, given the fact that this is an industrial world. There's a lot of really hellish places. In the industrial suit.
Find a breaker yard. We can find everything we need for this.
They're rarity too.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
That too.
Oh, yeah. And also from the breakers yard, we need to pick up all the welders and shit anyway. So yeah.
So
great. Let's find the nearest breakers yard. We're going on a shopping trip. And for once, it's not for personal use. It's part of the job. Can we expense this?
I don't think you have an expense.
I don't think we get an ops account.
And I somehow doubt we'll get receipts in Maldoc.
Also a fair point.
On the plus side, this is probably tax deductible.
There is also the P14 hazardous industry suit. It's 1,000 credits, so it's more pricey, but it doesn't have a penalty, and it has bonuses built in it. Also, you've done something burn up its arm.
Sorry?
There's.
Go ahead.
There's a piece of armor which is slightly more pricey, but also better and does not give you a penalty to agility stuff.
What's the armor?
P14 hazardous industry suit, 1,000 credits, special modification of page 48.
Well, at that point, the Serpentis may as well just buy the back sealing on his arm.
I was just going to buy it.
Sealed or just as a breath mask?
No, yeah, I just need it. It does say sealed on the thing. I'm just double checking the description on the book.
I just think that a breath mask would not be sufficient for space jobs.
I only saying it because it says sealed on the types of armor.
Yeah, that I could believe would work in space. It's just someone mentioned breath masks. I'm just kind of.
What's the thing called?
The P14 hazardous industry suit, 48 special modifications. And
okay, because
I was asking about breath mask because according to the character gen, it only counts as wearing the breath mask.
Yeah, the hazardous industry.
Yeah, because look, in the charge in, it lists the sealable armors, which is heavy battle armor, laminate, hut shell armor, Jedi battle armor, N57, and everything, and a few others, but not the one you just mentioned.
It's sealed, and I've got the description up in front of me in the book. It's good for 8 hours in the void.
Oh, wait, I see. Okay.
Page 48 special.
Is it good for up to 8 hours from hostile environments, deadly radiation, or even direct exposure to the void? There are just regular spacesuits?
This is pretty good armor, actually. Oh, it's got encumbrance 7, so not everyone might be able to wear it.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, encumbrance 7.
Give me a second to find out the actual cost of the spacesuit, because we might just want to go with spacesuits, because we can wear that on top of stuff.
I did not notice. Yeah, encumbrance 7, I did not notice that. Leaving that.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, the Enviro suit is probably the best option for guys that don't have sealable armor.
Spacesuit, 100 credits, rarity 1, encumbrance 4.
Yeah, I'm just saying Enviro suit because it has armor as well.
I'm just going to lay down a marker here and say I'm just going to buy vacuum lining for my laminate at this point because.
Fair enough. Point. I'm just giving.
I don't need to buy shit.
I'm just going to buy a spacesuit because I don't plan on being out there for very long, and if we do get sucked out into the void, we're all fucked anyways.
Oh, it's more.
Yeah.
If we invent it, then we do. We're in the vacuum room, so we'll be in the vacuum suit the entire time.
Sylvanus is hammering furiously at his keyboard.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, you're also forgetting the most important part of this mission.
Oh, yeah. Go on, Gray, hit us.
You need to properly paint up your ship. Ignore the Imperial symbol. If you're doing it a Black Ops, you have to have a black ship.
Oh.
Yeah. How much black paint
We need to have a
need?
painting montage, guys.
Yes, tell you what, that's easy. Before we go to the Breaker's Yard, we find somebody who will paint the ship for us. happen off screen while we're playing.
Yeah.
If
Gray,
we're pirates,
Gray, will getting just a spacesuit be an issue? I would probably have to add encumbrance 4 to my, let's say, to my weight because I'm wearing it over my armor. But I don't. Okay.
Spacesuits would be fairly common.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying is.
Practically a necessity.
I'm just more saying is there any issue? Give me a second.
How likely are these spacesuits to keep you sealed from the vacuum if they get shot?
It says they come with patch kits, so.
spend an act. This is why I'm buying the Envirosuit, because it has armor rating and therefore is slightly better. Is it better?
Yeah, that should hold up to being shot then. But I'm foreseeing us, anybody with using the spacesuits getting shot and then basically running out of air very quickly.
It's gonna be a fun day.
Yeah, the spacesuit is if you're just operating peacefully in space, and the Envirosuit is more for hostile conditions.
Like, say, a boarding action.
Like I say, boarding action. As I've got money to spare as well, actually, how much is there like an actual entry for the welders and stuff we'll need, or Gray, do you just simply want to come up with a price tag we need to pay for it?
Nah, it's fine. I'm sure you can probably faff it around yourself.
I was going to say, to be fair, we've just broken into a bloody shipyard. How hard can it be to nick a Weldon kit or two?
Well, there are thermal cutters.
I got a thermal cutter if you want one.
Well, this is the thing. We are going to have to probably, because we don't have any of the fancy shipboarding stuff, we are probably just going to have to cut a hole in the hull and go in that way. So yes, thermal cutters would be useful.
Or we could use detonite.
Yeah, let's blow the ship up.
Yeah, let's potentially actually destroy the thing that we're trying to board.
Well,
While we're
detonite is it's scalable. It's like C4 or plastic explosive. You can mold it.
Yeah, the last time one of us used it, he blew up one of the other guys.
Yes, it was me who got blown up, actually, which is the other reason why I'm self-cautious about that.
How much would it cost to strap a giant ion turret to our Lambda?
And now I'm going back to detonite.
I'm very good at getting a consensus of opinion against me.
Two of us have
Sorry,
fusion
Carter.
cutters. It'll only take probably an hour to cut through standard.
Okay, that's a bit long. We need.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, to be fair, an hour in terms of space is quite long. It's not like if they drop a distress beacon, they'll be on us in an hour.
Well, why not?
Because
this is like one of the sort of Black Ops ships that's just sort of sent out a distress signal. Surely they would basically send just about everything they have that can get here as quickly as
but
possible.
it's sure economy of distance. We are going to be jumping in just after Maldark and quite far away from the actual base, destination, mysterious object where it is. They simply won't have the time to charge up the hyperspace drive constantly to do all the jumps they need to get to us, is my logic.
Are you willing to gamble that a Hutt battleship isn't going to appear 45 minutes into the hour-long cutting operation?
Also, an hour is plenty time for them to destroy the Navi computer or do anything.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Hello again.
What have I missed?
We're debating
A lot of
whether or not we cut the hull or if we blow it open.
Because, like, cutting, I don't want to blow it open, but if cutting takes an hour, that's infeasible. We need to be probably in about 10 minutes.
Well, that's a handheld plasma or fusion cutter. We could probably find something bigger.
Let's just strap a giant fusion weld to the front of the ship.
Again,
Actually,
again, there literally is a ship attachment that allows you to cut open a ship hull in 5 rounds.
Okay, but how much does it cost?
Sorry, did we hire a Wookiee?
The universal translator breaks down for a second.
give me but a moment or 2 or 3.
I like the idea of us having
1,000 credits
Sorry.
times the silhouette size.
What's the silhouette size of our ship?
I think we're 3.
nowhere 4 according to the couch sheet.
That's becoming a bit dear.
Like 4,000 credits.